Hello. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back. Today, as you will have seen by the title of the video, we have the round one of the Club 100. Yes, guys, we've finally made it. This is the first round of the Club 100. This was on the 13th of April, I believe. We did not go to the pre-event test. I probably would have wanted to go to that ideally, but we didn't really. It just didn't really come about. But the next one I'm going to, next round 2, which is at PF International, I believe. We do have a test round for that, and hopefully, inshallah, that should help with my preparation. As you will see in this video, I only got really like a 10/11 minute practice session to really get up to speed with this track. And this track at GYG, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce how you say the actual name is, because it's a Welsh. It's in Wales somewhere. It's a Welsh karting circuit, but at GYG the last sector is quite tricky to get right, but when you do, it is very satisfying. But away we go here for the first practice session. I went on a track walk in the morning. We're kind of just gonna get straight into the action. I didn't film too much of a vlog, so this video is gonna be a bit of a shorter video. But guys, let me know down in the comments whether you prefer like the vlog style videos or like the shorter, more compact style videos. I'll probably do a bit of both depending on how I'm feeling, like what I want to do, if I want to spice it up. But as you can see here, we're just, going around the track. We're just feeling it out really. And in practice, I believe I did a 54 something. From practice to the final session, we improved by a big amount. I'll show you the exact amount when we get to the final race session. But we improved by a massive amount. So as you can see, you'll see how we improve over time. But as you can see here, we're just trying to feel out the lines. We're just not trying to get in anyone's way. It is practice. We're just trying to, feel out the track. Also, this is my first fully dry session in any kind of like outdoor, not any kind of outdoor kart, but in outdoor karts that get up to these kind of speeds. It's my first outdoor dry session, because at Wilton Mill, the track started to dry up at the end there, as you will have seen in that video, but it was nowhere near. There was still very slippery conditions. So the speed in this, as you can see, we go wide there. The speed in these karts, it was safe to say I was not used to it. So it's because I had that bit of experience from the wet, but obviously it's not going to be as fast. So this is the true, proper top potential speed that you could get up to. So as you can see, we're still sort of feeling out the track. We're starting to build it up. We're building it up. And as we go into turn 1 here, as you can see, I'm lifting off the throttle, trying to feel. As I started to progress on the laps, this corner here, I was lifting off as well. This corner, easy flat out. It's sort of a blind hill when you come up there as well though, so it is kind of scary because you're coming straight into that braking zone. I'll show you on the next lap how it is, because you're coming straight up into the braking zone, and out of nowhere the apex and the corner just hits you. Again, here it's a blind downhill corner, so this, again, the apex right there is really easy to miss. And you can see how hard this section is. I'm going very slowly right now, and it's a very difficult section. There's a big bump there into the final corner as well, so I'll put it up on the screen somewhere, but there's this big dip into the final corner and the curb is massive, so you have to try and avoid that. Now, as I was saying, as we come up here, as you can see, it's not until the very last second, and it's a very late apex as well. It's a really sweeping corner, and it's quite a late apex going into that corner, so you really do have to time it well. But I got a bit of interrupted there. I got interrupted a bit there. Someone just came into the room, but I've lost my train of thought. So yeah, here's another blind corner. We're just trying to, build it up, build up the speed, build up confidence. That's what practice is really for, and that's why having the event tests is a really good thing. Here, that dip there is basically like a pothole. It was very, very scary when you're going at full speed. You have to try and avoid it going in, and you really have to. It really does affect your line going into that corner. The way you have to go quite out wide, which is why you see they have that bit there. Otherwise, you can take it flat out the final corner, depending on how well that you get the entry. You have to get a really good entry into the last corner, which is why that's your main focus going into there. But as I was saying, into turn 1 as well, pretty much flat out. I wasn't doing this in the practice sessions, but you'll see in the races I was doing it, and I see there you have to get really wide going into the last corner, which at first I wasn't really doing, but I started to do it a bit more. But for the most part, most of the corners, most of the corners are flat out, I would say. That downhill one, you're gonna have to brake, the one coming up here. So coming down into this corner, as you can see, it's downhill, so you kind of do have to brake ever so slightly here, and it's a double apex, so it's quite tricky. But that is pretty much the track. I'll jump forward to my faster laps just to give you sort of a show of how well I was doing. Someone spins there. We just narrowly avoid them, and we are back on our way, as you can see, building confidence, getting faster through that last corner and faster through the first corner as well. A bit of oversteer there, but it's all good. So at the end of this particular flying lap, I just decided to slow down a bit, take it easy, and prepare for like one last push lap just to see what I can do, near to the end of the session, because there's only a couple of minutes left. So away we go, and just clip the curb, get onto the grass, and we have our first spin of the day. Not our last one though. Thankfully, we did not spin in any of the important sessions, such as qualifying. and the race. Thankfully we did not spin in any of them, but as you can see here, we're just waiting for the carts to come past so we can get going again. Maybe a bit of a dent in the confidence. After that, we jump back in the car, we just wait for everybody to go past. And see, the thing is, I didn't want to push the car all the way into the circuit because this last corner would be quite dangerous doing so. As you can see, the tires, the grass was wet because it had rained the previous day. The track was nice and dry, but I had some grass on the tires, and the tires did get a bit damp. So coming through here, we do not go flat out, but we push and we just step on the brake pedal a bit too much, and we spin out right after we just spun out only a couple of seconds ago, which was quite annoying. Under the helmet I got quite frustrated, but we bounced back. It was just 2 spins and we got it over and done with. We pushed ourselves back out onto the track with the help of one of the marshals, this time getting fully back onto the track. And from about here, it was about the end of the session. I didn't really have much time to get any more laps in, and I just kind of take it a bit slow from here. Unfortunately, I did forget to film qualifying. I forgot to turn my camera on. Yeah. So we're gonna jump straight into race 1 or heat 1, whatever you want to call it. The B final, which I qualified for. I qualified in 25th, I think, or 27th, something like that. And we'll see how we shall see how we get on in our first ever Club 100 race. Now, from this first session, we're gonna get straight into the race. Now, this was the first race. Again, I don't recall where I qualified. I think it was 27th or 25th, one of the two. So we went last. So it's a good start, and we can only go up from there, you know. So we think positive thoughts, guys. Positive thoughts. But yeah, we're just waiting to get our engines started, waiting to turn our engines on as we come out for the formation laps. I was panicking low-key because I thought, you know, when it's your first time doing something and you're like, ooh, I don't know, this process may be a bit blah yada yada. You're not too sure about everything seems really complicated. It's actually not that complicated. Like when you're there on the day, you get your what's that thing called, transponder, you fix it to the car, you do all that. It's not as hectic as I thought it would be. And even like the formation, joining the grid, yada yada yada, it's not that hectic. It's not hectic whatsoever. It's pretty chill. But here we come. We go through this short version of the track, because that's what they do on the formation lap. But we come up to the back of the queue. I believe in this first race we get going straight away, or a bit of contact there already. Oopsies. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, the people being very slow here. We're trying to make sure to stay alongside this guy. We don't want any penalties or anything like that. Quite a few people got penalties, I can't lie. I'm glad I avoided getting a penalty, but here we go. As we come across the start line, and away we go for our first race. Lights turn green, we go straight to the outside. There was an overtaking opportunity, and I think we don't manage to get that down round the outside. But going into the turn 2, we try on the outside again, bit chaotic. We go to the inside and we try stick it out on the outside, and we brake into this corner and we get the move done on the outside. Pretty neat move. Chaos of lap 1, so we're just gonna try keep it cool. We broke a bit there, not too sure why, but we're gonna push on. There's a big incident up ahead. 3 people went off. I can't lie, I did gain quite a few positions because people flying all over the place in this first race, but you know, as they say, if you want to finish first you have to finish. So you know, we got past quite a few people making a couple of mistakes. These two going side by side here into turn 2. The guy's sticking it on the outside there, tries to, can't really do much. We go really deep into that corner. I have no clue what happened there, and we lose quite a few positions, which is quite annoying, but we keep our heads down. We push on coming into this corner. We can't quite keep the momentum going up there. We can't quite keep the speed, but it's okay. We're still there. We're still there or thereabouts. Coming into this corner again, it's really hectic up front, and again more people have spun off. More people all over the place, as there's a cone in the middle of the track, and we lose yet another position to a guy who actually had the same helmet. We lost two positions there, but we gained that one back with a very nice move into turn 1. But yeah, that cone really, that mess up ahead really did hinder us, and we just lost like all our pace, and we could not keep up with the back of the pack because we just got pulled away at that point, and there's nothing much I could really do. There's more chaos up ahead. There's a yellow flag. I believe someone went off somewhere. I don't know where they are, but there they are. Someone went off. But as I was saying, yeah, that chaotic first few laps didn't really help us, to be very honest with you, but it's okay. We keep our head down, we push on. We still gained quite a few positions at this stage, so we're not doing too bad. It's pretty decent so far. But from here on, I feel like we were just pretty much in no man's land because we didn't have the pace to catch up to the car in front. We could see him, I could see him in front of me the whole race, but I just didn't really have the pace to catch up to him. So I'd say he was, I think, looking back on the timings, he was ever so slightly faster than me by a couple tenths. But you know, it's my first race. It's my first race weekend in Club 100, so, and I've not had any practice at this circuit whatsoever. So we've been getting up to speed. And if you follow me on my Instagram, go follow me over there, by the way. I did post that I gained nearly, I think it was about 4 seconds from practice to the final race. 4 seconds. 4 seconds in a matter of just a couple sessions, I'd say is pretty good. That's a pretty good improvement. And the fact I've had no practice, first time on this track, as we get overtaken by 2 people there, we lose 2 positions. Nothing much we could do, just faster people who spun off at the start, and they kind of caught up to us there. But yeah, for this race I was kind of in no man's land, and I believe as we come onto the final few laps here, there was someone who spun off right at the end, or 2 people. I don't know if they collided, but as you can see, they both went off track, and we managed to take those last 2 positions off of them, which boosted our positioning, which really did help us. So you know, we'll take it any position we can get. Any position we can get, we'll take it really. But that is the end of the first race. Not a whole lot of action there, but you know, so on to the second race we go, and we shall see how we do in that, which we did qualify 20th for, because the top 2 go into the A final. So we qualified 22nd technically. That's where we finished the first race. We gained quite a few positions. We gained 5 positions, I believe, from where we started in 27th. So we started in 20th, which is very good. 20th is, to me, I think that's pretty decent. Okay, so coming into this second race, We were starting on the left hand side this time. It was a bit confusing because I don't know what these two were doing up front. I was trying to keep it as close as possible, but it is quite hard when you're like at the back of the grid. When you're further forward, it is a lot easier. As you can see here, this guy slowed down so much, and it's just like, what's going on? Now, in the second race, unfortunately, we did get a false start. I do remember that, because I believe someone had stopped or something happened on the formation lap. I have no clue what happened. But in the second race, unfortunately, it did not go as well as the first race, because we started in a really good position, but we kind of did. You'll see what happens when we get into it. As we now come on to finally, hopefully, start the race now, bunching up again. So here we come finally round the final corner, and we are gonna be underway, just about underway. Away we go. Finally to start the race, and already a bit of chaos happening up front. We try to stay on the outside, we lose 2 positions already, but we go to the inside of this corner to gain and position on this guy. We're gaining confidence, as you can see, move up into here, and then again we dive down the inside coming into here, but we can't quite make the move stick. We try on the outside, nothing much we can really do there. People going all over the place, someone dives down our inside. We try to go out wide a bit to try and get that move around the outside. We get pushed out, nothing much we can do there. And we've already lost about 4 positions in that, I think. Maybe even 5. Coming down here, no incidents, unlike in the first race. Messed that corner up a bit, but it's fine. So we just lose touch with the guys in front. Just a bit, but as they go wide here, we're going to come through this corner. This guy goes out wide, and this is where I made the mistake of trying to come behind this guy and go round the outside, because that was not a good idea. I tried to go around the outside here, and I kind of just get overtaken by a whole bunch of people. I should have tried to stick it on the inside to make a slight bit of contact there. And from here on out, we're kind of just around the similar pace. So as you can see, I kind of lost touch. From here. I can't remember if anybody else. Yeah, we get overtaken there again, and we just kind of just kept on losing momentum, as you can see there, through these set of corners, because the positioning was just not great. And we fell down by quite a few positions there. We fell down to, I'm pretty sure, the starting position in our last race, or fell down to 25th, I think, which was not ideal. We lost 5 positions in this race, and we were kind of just in no man's land from here on out, as we go in a bit too deep into that corner. Sorry, getting a bit frustrated there. But for the rest of this race, we were kind of just in no man's land. As you can see, everybody's still quite bunched up there. I believe someone went off at the end, I'm not too sure, but as you can see there, a couple of people bashing wheels. So there were periods where I was gaining on the guys in front because they were really battling really hard, but I was just never really able to get onto the back of that pack. So hopefully the next weekend that we go to, round 2, PF International, because we have that pre-event test day the day before. As you can see here, we do really catch up to them. I tried to go for a move on the outside, but we get squeezed out. We don't really have the chance, and then we get overtaken again. So we're not quite in no man's land just yet. We're still thereabouts, and we're still on the back of the sort of like the tail end of the grid. But as I was saying, hopefully that practice should help us. As you can see there, I haven't quite got my lines on these corners. But yeah, as I was saying, hopefully the practice should help in the next round, in round 2. That pre-day practice should help us, inshallah, get more of a feel for the track. But yeah, from here on out, I think this is where they just start to pull away, because they have that ever so slight bit more of pace on me, and they just start to pull away through kind of like every sort of corner. Also, in this, I was not that fit because I had not been to like any sort of racing, no indoor practice or anything like that, and so my body was still not quite, the neck muscles, the hands. I hadn't been racing for quite a while. This is the first time I've been racing in a bit. So yeah, my body was just quite, the muscles were not really prepared as they would be. But you know, it sounds like I'm bringing out all the excuses, but but no, genuinely, we'll have better preparation. We keep our heads down, we push on to the next round, and we see what we can do from there. As you can see, I'm still on the back of this guy, like I'm not far off. It's just a couple of mistakes I've made, like that slight mistake I made there, and we were basically around the same pace bracket, so I just really could not make any indents or inroads on the guys in front, as you can see there, because there's still a bit of battling going on, but I just can't really catch up. As you can see, we get a bit of oversteer there that we kind of had to correct. And it was just more of this, I can see he's in front of me, I know he's there, but I just can't catch up, like, at all. This corner entry, I was kind of messing up. I was getting better at it though, as I was learning. You have to kind of go wide, a bit wide, and then cut in. But as you can see, I'm not far off these guys. It's just the fact that I don't have the pace to catch up and then overtake. I'm kind of just holding position, holding the gap somewhat, and losing like a couple tenths each lap. But yeah, so this is kind of just more of an analysis for me from here on. There's not too much I can really think of. I'm like in the process of still editing the video, so I'm gonna probably jump forward a bit. Also, in future videos, as you can see there, you can somewhat see my legs as the camera is moving around a bit, but I'm gonna try and get more angles on my feet, more of a lower down angle, so you can see my feet and the pedal movement, because you can see like ever so slightly the front bumper here, but that's about it really. So just a couple laps before the end here, we actually catch up onto the back of this queue once again, but as I was telling you, like, I just didn't have that pace. But coming up this hill here, reason why I pointed this out, someone goes out spinning there, and that is a position for us. I got a bit distracted by that, so I did go off a bit there, but we managed to stay in front of that dude, and like I said in the first race, 3 positions, I'll take it. You know, it's my first race at Club 100, I'll take any sort of like 3 positions, anything like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the rest of the race. I'll jump to the end here of me like getting off, but I went to this race with my dad and my 2 brothers, my 2 young brothers, but thank you to them for helping me out on the day as well. They were very helpful. That was very much appreciated. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe. Also make sure the notification bell is on, so you know whenever I post. Also comment down below, helps the algorithm, boosts the video, and also comment down below if you prefer the vlog styles or this kind of style of video. I think I'll probably do the vlog style a bit more as well, because it's quite enjoyable and fun to do. But if you have enjoyed, guys, don't forget to do all of that, and I will catch you in the next video.